Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, hopefully you see my top 10 for week 5. Tonight, since IU, I still haven't watched the second half of the Conference State game. Eventually I will. I've been extremely busy. Today I want to talk about somebody who I will continually look forward to as the season goes along in these vlogs, and I'll probably do a couple other vlogs solely dedicated to him, and that's Coach Bob Knight, the greatest coach of all time, I believe, without a doubt. All-time winningest, well, he isn't anymore, but he's the second winningest coach of college basketball history. 3 national championships, 1976, 1981. The 76 team was undefeated. Okay. Then the 1981 team and 1987. But anyway, I want to dedicate this vlog, and basically this my vlogs period, to Coach Knight. I do want the people in Bloomington to name Assembly Hall after Bob Knight. Dick Vitale talks about it all the time, but before he even brought it up on air, I was thinking the same thing. I think I even had a Facebook page about it, and I still do, but I think Bob Knight, I think Indiana owes it to Bob Knight to name Assembly Hall after him. And I don't know, hopefully people like you guys, or you Indiana fans, hopefully just basketball fans in general, though, should be excited and should be fired up to get Assembly Hall named after Bob Knight. I think he deserves it. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about Bob Knight. Coaching's my passion, and Bob Knight is my overall #1 influence behind God. And I just think he did things the right way at Indiana. Like I said, in '76 they won a championship, went undefeated. '81 under Isaiah Thomas, they won a national championship. In '87 under Steve Alford, they won a national championship. And boy, those teams were awesome. But one thing that stands out about Coach Knight is his academic record as a coach. And while he was at IU, his academic record is second to none. Indiana was hands down #1 in academics, and today you can go to any website you want to, you can look at any debates, and actually there's no debates about it. Bob Knight's academic record as a coach will never, ever be touched. You will never see his academic record as a coach broken, ever. I do believe 99% of his players graduated, I think. something like that. Also, during his time at IU, he ran the cleanest program ever. There was never a hint of cheating. When he took the job at IU, he basically told them that the only way he'll take it is if he gets total control of the program. And, you know, they agreed. So what does Bob Knight do? The first thing he does is he goes in and he gets rid of some of the biggest boosters, some of the biggest, I mean, he gets rid of the biggest supporters of the program. And these people, I mean, his basis on why he'd get rid of them was if there was even a hint that they were crooked or cheaters or anything, he got rid of them. And you know, I think a lot of people thought, wow, this guy is just nuts. But he set the tone right off the bat. He didn't want his program even come close to being, to get accused of cheating. So, other than just the 3 national championships, I mean, Bob Knight went on to coach the gold medal in the '84 Olympics, I believe. He coached the greatest player that ever played the game, in my opinion, which is Michael Jordan. And then I think he coached a Pan Am championship. He also coached, I think, he won the NIT championship. And he's won about any kind of championship there was in basketball. And, you know, Bob Knight is just, he's just second to none to anybody. And one thing I like about him is he speaks his mind. He calls things out the way they are. There's no beating around the bush with him, and that's how I am. I cannot stand just kind of ho-humming around. I mean, if something's not right, call it out. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about the academic, Bob Knight and academics. Okay, when he was at IU, you know, the Big Ten, just like any conference, they have annual meetings, and they discuss certain rules and how to improve the conference as a whole, and things of this nature. And let me tell you, one year, the Big Ten was whining, saying, hey, let's improve the academic state of the Big Ten. Let's improve the academics of the conference. And you know, Bob Knight just sat there and he said, well, if you guys are really serious about improving academics of this conference, then let me tell you what we should do. And they're like, well, what's that? Bob wasn't interested. So what Bob suggested, Coach Knight suggested, he said if a player leaves the school without graduating, then that school should lose that scholarship until they find a player that graduates. You know, and when they do that, then they get the scholarship back. Well, I guarantee you that would have taken care of the problem right off the bat. The Big Ten didn't like it. So, you know, Bob Knight, of course, he speaks his mind. He's like, well, you guys ain't serious about academics in this conference, and, you know, and see, so that was one thing about Coach Knight. And I think that's just awesome. I mean, but anyway, yeah, Coach Knight is, I really like him. He is my biggest coaching influence, hands down, without question. I've met him a couple times. His sons are great people. I've talked to both Pat and Tim. I've met them, and actually I have Tim's phone number and stuff, and me and him, it just seems like me and him hits it off pretty good. Yeah, I go and see him speak and stuff like that. But for anybody to attack Coach Knight, I just don't understand it. The new weed incident, I'll address that really quick. The new weed incident, I mean, everybody says, oh, he was choking the player. Well, let me tell you, on CNN, when they showed that, if you remember, okay, they slowed it down. I mean, slow motion, and it just looked like he was choking him by the neck, okay? I mean, they slowed the video way down. In actual time, it was like a tap on the neck, okay? So, I mean, that's crazy. Now, if you're gonna choke somebody, okay, if you're gonna choke somebody, are you gonna just barely tap them like this with one hand? Or if you're gonna choke somebody, are you gonna choke them with both hands? If you're gonna choke somebody, if I'm gonna choke somebody, I'd never choke anybody, but if I was, what would I do? I would use two hands. I sure like wouldn't just use one hand, and I wouldn't stretch out to get them. I'd get up on them, right? So, just, oh man, I mean, I think the wrong people were involved at IU and it's firing, and you've seen it. I mean, what happened in Indiana when they fired them, and now it seems like they're back, but I don't know. This was just, I'm sure I will have many more vlogs on Bob Knight, Coach Bob Knight, and I'm just getting my opinions out there. I think, again, like I said, I think everybody, all of you IU fans, and just basketball fans in general, start emailing the athletic department at Indiana University and just begging them, just asking them to rename Assembly Hall after him. He's done so much for the state. He's probably done more for the state of Indiana and that university than any governor ever has. All the governors combined. I mean, Coach Bob Knight has just been such a blessing to the state of Indiana, and he just deserves Assembly Hall to be named after him. That's just all there is to it. But anyway, hopefully tomorrow I can get back into analyzing IU a little bit more. Like I said, I've been busy. Coppin State, I still haven't watched the second half. They play Saturday, I think, Central Connecticut State on Saturday. I think they're 3-3, and Indiana's 8-0. And then after that, I have a game. I mean, they don't play again until the following Saturday against Butler. So I'm just gonna be maybe going back and revisiting games and analyzing things a little bit more, like the North Carolina game and things of this nature. But anyway, if you like my vlogs, which I hope you do, because I'm extremely passionate about Indiana basketball and basketball in general. But if you like my vlogs, like them, subscribe to my page, and comment. Until then, go IU. Peace. Your daddy, yeah, your school's coming up short. What? Bilbo Baggins, I know you wish you had it, but you ain't though. Nope. We just crossed you over, bro.